I had a headache. I had a headache that wanted to get on my nerves too. So I tell you, and now I just realized that this thing didn't go on when it was supposed to, but it's gonna be all right anyway. Hey y'all, we are here. We did our disclaimer for our talk show. But anyway, we're here with some people and we're just continuing on the little conversation that we were having. And a young lady named Lisa was saying that we need to go back to the old landmark. We need to go back and we need to have fellowship one with another. Sisters are pushing each other, and not just melanated sisters, but all our sisters, those that God has given us, even from the white tea community, Hispanic community, Mexican community, all of them that are on one accord with the same goal, and that's the love of God, and that's the love of positiveness and the love for society, the love for humanity, um, the love for getting bus rides together to go down to Selma, Alabama, to go down and to experience it and feel the presence of our ancestors who were there, who was beaten and abused because of the things that are happening right now in our society, into our politics. And but they can say what they want. They can call it communism or what they want. They tried to take the video that Kamala Harris made talking about this other lady that was in a communist community saying we won't go back. They took what that lady said, we won't go back, and then they tried to twist it. And we got to recognize twisting. See, that's what's happening. We don't recognize when these people get on here, get on that TV, get on those news channels, and twist everything around. You know, we got to know how to recognize that. That's what we got to teach our children. That's what we got to teach those that's coming up. That's what we got to teach some of those that's 60 like us because they were not in the struggle. Because when the struggle went on in 65, it was a month before I turned 1 years old. And even yet today, this happened 59 and a half years, 59, 60 years ago. And I'll be 61 in April. And now we still faced with this foolishness that we face with today. We got to stand up and we got to cry out loud and we got to tell people what's going on and tell them, even though you were born in this season, even though it appears that you and your white tea friends and me and some of my white tea friends, we are walking hand in hand and we have a good relationship. There were a few back then, just like the few that we have now. But then there was a whole lot that was trying to hold you down and keep you down. And there's still a whole lot of, and we thank you, DT, for making sure we were reminded, even though we don't like what's going on. But in this season, we need to be reminded.
Exactly.
We need to be reminded who we are and who some of them are, and not ever, ever, ever forget it. Not ever, ever, ever forget it. And not saying that you're gonna have an attitude, you're gonna be mean. No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna treat the ones who act like they got some sense, even if it's a cover up. You're gonna treat them nice and with respect, but you still gonna remember that you're melanated and they're not. And then you're gonna realize that anything is could flip the script any day. And then you're gonna realize not only with them, but only with your own kind, even with us, our own kind. You got too many people hating on their own people.
Yeah.
They want to pull them down instead of pull them up. They want to knock you down. They want to push you down. They want you to stay down. They don't want to see you rise. They don't want to see you come up because they're scared that you're going to get more than them. How crazy. But that's where we at. You think I'm upset because Miss Sugar got it going on? I'm so glad that I'm in her company.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out what's going on though.
I'm so glad that God graced little old me, who been at the bottom of the barrel for a long time, to be in the presence of such a life as Miss Sugar, a beautiful woman of God, beautiful woman of God. And then God Our pastor didn't even supposed to really cross because even though I know she's a believer, she's not in the church like I am. But look how our past cross.
Mm-hmm.
Look at God. But our pastors cross too because we're both into humanity. We both love mankind. We both want the best for mankind, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, yeah. But we have to just come together. But it has to begin with you. Like that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making sacrifices because I can't just talk about it. I got to be about it.
So my service is different. I did deaconess. I've been the pastor's aide, president of this, all in the church Monday through Sunday. I did all that, but I know that my walk is outside of the church, and to bring people to the church where they are,
Excuse me.
and go to the churches and help them become stable financially. The gifts that God gave me, I go and teach the pastors how to structure and bring service. So
Excuse
my
me.
ministry is different, but it's still a ministry.
Right,
That
right. And see, that's the good thing too, like you said, Miss Sugar. But even with me, even though I'm God chose me, as I heard Pastor Lisa say the other day, that we are part of being inside, have been inside the church. But like both of my churches that I affiliated with or was raised in and been a part of, their slogans. One of them is equipping God's God's disciples to impact the world. And another one is making disciples or whatever. So and then there's different slogans in the churches that you enter to learn, you exit to serve. And another slogan of most good pastors is that you are a servant leader. You are here to serve, not
right,
here to be glorified.
absolutely.
You're here to serve. And when you know that you really God's child and you doing what you're supposed to do, you find anybody that's just built up in themselves and it's all about them and all about just collecting money for themselves and they're not putting nothing back out and they're not serving people. But then you got to check that because we are put here to serve and we are called in ministry to serve. And like you said, every ministry is different. But many of us have to go out. Everybody can't just stay in the church. Um, some people got to go out in the highways and the byways. And thank God for the TikToks and the YouTubes and the Facebook. That's a part of avenue of the highways and byways that God has opened up that we can go out into. And so I thank God for each and every day that the highways and the byways have been made even kind of convenient for you to reach the masses of the people. And ain't no use of me going in there learning a whole lot and keeping it to myself. You know,
Right.
if you get something good, you want to share it with somebody. The same thing with you with the financial situation, with the insurances, with the grants and all the stuff there. It's up to you to not keep it to yourself, just like the Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King had a degree. Martin Luther King was a scholar. He was smart. He knew how to read and write. His little children would go do fine, and he might would have still been here with his little children, having a good life. But he knew that it was not about him. It was about God's people, and he was called to serve. And so he stood up and he walked in his call. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we all have I'm a PK, so I've been in church since I could sit up by myself. I think in eight arms, really. But I know that my husband and I, when we united our mission and how we served God was to kingdom build. And how did we do that? Was to go in and find a church that needed our services and set them up with programs to be able to serve this community where they sat. And and the ultimate goal was to bring people back to church. So they provided services child care, food. A lot of people came and became familiar with the church again and started coming on Sundays. So, I'm not a preacher. I ain't standing behind the pulpit. I serve where I need it. And I did the auxiliaries and all of that stuff, but I know that my work is with the people, and if they're not in church, how do I get them there? So,
And there's a season for everything too, Miss Sugar.
absolutely.
There's a season for everything. Because Ecclesia tells you that there's a season. And so you served that season. Now, then your season became to be outreach. And that's just like me. I go to the church, I go to my church, and I'm so glad to be back in church regularly because for a season of about 3 years, I wasn't able to go on Sundays for work and what have you, and then just being tired and wore out. And sometimes I still be tired, but I'm pushing my way because I just believe in the fellowship. And I believe that a lot of times you can get it online and you can do all this and other, but ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing like being in the presence and fellowship and live. So I like the live fellowship. I like the hands-on, the touch and agree in presence. I like that. I love that. I love church. I always did love church. So yeah, but then I need to go and be refilled as I try to minister and come out and talk to people and then hear what my pastor said, rightly divide the word of truth and take what I need to take. If I don't agree, leave it. And then ask God to fix it for me and help me to understand what I need to understand about, about Him. But welcome in, Lady K. How you doing?
Good morning.
You're doing okay. You heard us just talk a little bit about our testimonies of outreach, but also we talked about the politics this morning, about some of the things that's going on in the White House and in our community, and I brought out how God is still in the plan and how He will allow people to go so far and go so long, but He's got a way of stepping in. And some of the people whose minds was mixed up, who helped to get these people in office and didn't believe the report, it's a learning experience for them. It's a learning experience for them, and it may make them stronger now with the comeback. But we didn't really get the we mentioned it, but we need to really make sure. Miss Suge, do you have it? Because I had wrote it down somewhere and I don't see it. But we had exactly who's running in Florida and who.
I don't know. They, I have it. I'll lay it down, but you can Google it and get involved. We don't have to live in Florida. It doesn't have to be the representatives. They're important because they are that tiebreaker. So you guys, please share this information to the platforms. Find the representatives. There's two in Florida and one in New York. April 1st is Florida's election. Help that candidate by either sending money, making phone calls to people that they know. You can get on the phone, call the bank, call the office, and find out what can you do, even though you're not there. So, also, to tell you, one of the candidates was running in Florida. I went to Florida to walk and help hang, knock doors, and phone call and stuff like that. So, you, even though you're not there, you can make a big difference. And we need those three representatives to break the tide in the Republican and House and Senate. So it's up to all of us to they usually collect donations on ActBlue. You have to send out literature to get gas for people to go and help them knock on doors, to participate in different things and be in front of the community. So your dollars, $5, $10, $20 help that candidate. So we can do something and we don't have to be there. And those people can be a pivotal part of our life. So
Okay.
get involved. Yeah.
Okay. And
We're important. We're important.
okay. All right. Welcome in, Chastity. We've been talking about the political world and talking about some of the tabs that's getting ready to come because of some of the things that Mr. DT signed. And we've been talking about how we can all get together and join together and make sure this thing don't get all the way out of hand and make sure that the courts and the judges rebuttal some of this stuff and get things on track to go the right way, that we don't go into recession or whatever. Any WARs and special any what they call it civil ones, civil W. We don't want that to happen. We don't want our cities destroyed. We don't want our people destroyed and unalive unnecessarily. We got enough of that with these planes falling out the sky and all that kind of stuff. We don't need all of that. We don't need all of that. So we need to just find out whatever we can do to really make a difference. And one of the things we know that we can do is that someone put a number up in the comments earlier, 202 number that you can call and it'll direct you to some of the representatives and stuff. And if you don't like the fact of what they done said about, or maybe them tried to sign for education, food stamp, Medicaid, whatever it might be that you don't like. Okay, Ms. Shug redid it again. She said that number is to talk to, and you hit option 4 to talk to representatives in your area to tell them what you don't want to happen. And then also there's a lot of boycotts, economic boycotts and just marches. They got some women marches up in your area. I know they have some stuff in the Louisiana area that's going on that we can get involved with, and we need to get involved with all of that stuff to make sure that's the way our voices are going to be heard. Um, we can't wait for God to just drop something out of heaven and all of that. Because
You
he,
know, if I quit, you ask the Lord, Lord, I need finance, I need this, I need that, and you sitting in the house praying for all these things, you wonder why it's not happening, and you ask me to turn the door down, and you know
right, right,
the blessing is on the other side of the door, and you sitting in here praying, and you have not turned the door down and opened the door, and then your blessing can come in.
right. So we okay. What is this? Okay, you might know about this. The lady that over our little Democrat thing, she says that Republicans just voted to rip food and health care away from their constituents to fund tax cuts for billionaires. And she said,
Let me tell you guys something. They, I, everything they've done has been to benefit the rich. And we all pay our fair share. They talk about we need to cut these services because we can't afford it. But the rich gets to walk away with all of his wealth and not participate in the community. That's one side. You bring the rich bring the goods and wares into our community. We buy them, use them. They use the same roads and services and ambulance and emergency systems we use, and then they get even we, the people, the fact that the rich should pay their fair share. When you start talking about the rich paying their fair share, who's not there? You start talking about the rich paying their fair share, and first thing somebody they say is, well, you know what, they rich, they shouldn't have to pay. pay taxes because they have the white people around them. What? They're free. They use all the services we do and make money, and we're paying for everything. Fair share, equal taxes. They need to pay. I don't care about their accountant. If they got laws that allow them to pay nothing, something's wrong. They need to change the law then.
Miss Suge, I'm gonna send this to you. Maybe you can send it to somebody later up in your text message. But Miss Jane was saying that um there's a place that y'all can go and find some more information out. It's the in y'all know the invisible dot action kit.com.
No, what is that?
Okay, it's INDIVISIBEL dot action, okay, kit, KIT.com.
What is it for?
All I know is it says, Mary, last night, every House Republican, with only one exception, voted for a budget framework that would put Medicaid. So they just talking about different stuff, and they said something that you can join and find out more things. And this is something else that will show you a lot of different stuff. What you can.
It's important to listen, pay attention. Obama said it when he was campaigning.
Okay, Miss Sugar is breaking up, breaking up. Okay, while we waiting for Miss Sugar to come back. Okay,
I'm
there
sorry,
she
I was
is.
taking a picture of what I typed in. I'm saying Obama was saying we get involved. It's not don't let the neighbors do. That's what happened. A lot of people sat out on the election. Oh, well, they don't do it. They'll vote. No, it's going to take every last one of you to get involved. There's things happening in your city. Have you been? There's things happening in your state. Have you been? Have you made phone calls? Have you been to the town hall? And if we're sitting back waiting for someone else to do it, this is why we're on the holding this end of the stick.
Right, right.
You
Yep.
have to do we are the people. We the people, not them. We, all of us. So we gotta get involved and stop putting it off on the next man.
And that's what Lady K said, faith without works is dead. So that's what we've been saying earlier, Sister K, that faith without works is dead. And so we can't just talk about it, we got to be about it. And we can't just figure that we're going to wait for God to drop, like I said earlier. And Miss Shook came back and talked about it. Just like we can't wait for God to just drop nothing down out of the sky. And do it for us. But the main thing we saying, he's not going to come down and do it for you when he's giving you everything you need and all the tools you need to do it with. So.
Right. You clear the path if you take the step. It might be a tractor in your way. He will clear the path, give you the around the tractor or go under it to get to the next step. But if you don't take the step, it's not going to happen. And we don't move as they do. Start by, we talked about, we want to Black Wall Street, those businesses. Well, you have the ability to help build Black Wall Street again. There are businesses online that are owned by Black. Find it, pick up the phone. You pick up the phone and come to TikTok. Pick up the phone when you need to. I just bought 500 soap pods my son bought from a Black-owned business company, and it was less than I would have paid for Tide. Same thing, Tide, store for I would have had to pay maybe the $29 a container, probably about $500 or $600, and still I end up with more for maybe $150. So
Okay.
it was a black owned company. We have the same tools, resources, and opportunities, but we have to support it. There's a whole website dedicated to black businesses. Boycott. That's what the elders did. They boycotted. They didn't. I was reading something. They boycotted for 10 years one time. 10 years. They bought stuff within their community. They built community gardens. Some lady, they call her the pig lady. She bought two pigs, and her whole co-op ended up with pigs, and that was their food.
It's
They
all right.
trade each other's products. So if we're gonna be stronger than ever, we need to support each other. You don't have to run to the market and buy certain things. A lot of those businesses, black-owned businesses, will deliver. They will ship it to you.
Okay.
So just take the extra time. It's convenient to run to the store and grab these things, I know. But take an extra minute and okay, I need some ear care products. I'll be out in 2 weeks of the order. And now you spend it directly to the producer and receive it directly at your door.
Right.
But those are the things we have to do.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Are you willing to do it? You know.
I think what bugging the Lord? You just keep bugging it, saying prayer. Lord, I did, but you haven't did nothing. You made a way. He said, don't worry, just come out. And we still worry, but you didn't go get it. How do you know it's not there? You haven't tested your faith.
Amen. Lady K, you want to say something, lady?
I want to just echo on what y'all was saying. This is very, very good, right? I just taught a lesson, and I think the time is going to teaching or getting things influences our health, right? Or connecting with people that know how to get washing bottles, these different things like that. Even in our communities, faith without works is dead. And a lot of people don't really understand what that means. It does not mean that, okay, you go pray, like Miss Wagner said, like you go pray, you, okay, God, I'm waiting for you. You say that you're coming to have faith and you're waiting for others and you're waiting for these things to happen. You're waiting for the government to change. No, you have to be a change. That's where the faith kicks in. You have to activate your faith by going out and doing the thing. And that's when the works begins to come into activation. That's when your faith begins to activate when you begin to move on for everything that you do within God for. That's not just for God a blessing and just out the sky. You're not putting. So when you make one thing, you gonna make two. You can't outdo God. You can't outdo what God do. And so we have to be in a position to where we are in a position to where we are doing our part, not just praying all the time. I love that. I love stop bugging God about everything, right? Yeah. You didn't ask him already. He heard you. You have faith. Now get up, open the door, and go around the door. The blessing is there. Going to pray and ask God to give you the strategy. Ask God to download you how to do it. So yeah. Now it's time to change because you've been praying, asking God to bless you, right? If it's not coming through, now you have to change the way you pray and say, okay, God, give me the strategy, give me the know-how to go out and accomplish the thing that I need done. Stop waiting on other people to come to you. And when I prayed for my husband, I prayed exactly what I wanted. I didn't skip nothing. And guess what? He sent me that husband for over 27 years. I don't exactly have to specify. You have to spend a whole bunch of money. Right? I need this amount of money to do this, to do that. Specify it. Wait with some you want to that you witty and creative ideas. It's all in the asking. It's how you ask him for a thing. Don't ask him to do all the work and you sitting at home on your hands and you're not doing it. Look, when that what that people surrounding and you're not part you're part of the problem and you're not being a part of the solution. So we can sit on here all day and talk about how to make the problem better. But if you're not out there making the phone calls, knocking on the doors, how better, you're just gonna be sitting on here just talking wasted air. Why? So if you're going to do something, ask God to give you the strength, ask Him to give you reading right here. Ask Him to anoint your feet and anoint your hands to go out there. Everything you touch. And ask Him for favor. Ask Him for favor. Specify the very thing that you want done in your community, in your household, whatever it is. You know, and I love when y'all talking about ministry. Ministry is not always in preaching. Ministry starts in your home first. If you can't take care of your home first, then how can you go out there and take care of somebody else out in their house and you ain't out in New York? Come on. Your household first, then you can teach other people how to take care of their house. That's ministry. When you can teach people how to budget, because you taught yourself how to budget with the help of the Lord gave you the truth and told you how to budget. Now you can go. That's ministry. Ministry is not always about getting up there preaching. It's not always about singing. It's not sitting in the church either. It's not all about sitting here with your big hat on with the cute. It's about putting up the four walls. Ministry is going into the community and building up the community. That's what Jesus started. He started with the community. A lot of people don't believe it, but I just want to bust a lot of people's bubble. Jesus didn't mingle with Christians all day. He went with the people. You got to go and mingle with them and give them the word. That's ministry. Support them. Let them know that everything's going to be all right. Show them that showing them what true love really looks like. That is ministry. So if you want things to change, you have to be the change that you are preaching and you're teaching. Absolutely, I agree with you. We get all these, we have all this knowledge and blessings that the Lord gave us, but we don't use it. I don't have to sit in. My pastor knows we have our conversations weekly. I see them on Facebook. When they have service, they 80 miles from me. I got the word. I know the word. Now, what I'm gonna do with it? Where am I gonna sit? And he gave me this sermon that I should be helping and feeding people. Am I gonna sit there and just wait for Sunday for the next sermon? No. Get up as the preacher. Get up and spread the word and help my community. Know what resources are. Sister, you need some food. Here's some food. There's a church over here on Blasi Street. And if you want to come, if you come, I don't have no clothes. But hold on, I'll be right back. I got 4 suits. I don't need 4. I can give you 1. That's ministry. It's not, you know, we have to get out. We have to assure our neighbors that they're going to be fine. God, you ask God for it to be safe and protect your family and protect your house. That's fine. Now, what are you doing to make sure that happens? You got to get up and lock the door. You got to get up and shut the window. So, look, I'm going to say, leave God alone if you ain't going to do the work.
Whoa, Lord. Yeah.
We're going to be fine, but we have to get up and get involved. build our network. You know, I was afraid. Even the other night, that feeling came over me, and I woke up in a cold sweat, right? And the Lord said, I told you I got it. What you doing? I prayed and went back to sleep. Said, thank you, Lord. The next morning, I got up and started doing what I need to do. Because I believe. He said he got me. I believe. What am I crying for?
Nah, that's right.
He said he got me. He got me.
Help us, Lord.
I'm gonna get up and help. What is my Lord? What am I supposed to tell me?
What my part?
Yeah.
What is my part? Because I know you're going to do your part. You said you're going to make provision. So since you made provision,
Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do, but guide my steps, direct me to the path that I'm supposed to be on.
right.
Yeah.
And that's what it's at. That's what it's at. But ladies, we have had a great time. Sorry, Miss Kate missed some of it, but we've talked about all the stuff, and we know that no matter who's in president, and we know what happened in Europe, and we know how the person became the mustache man became a dictator, and how all this stuff got messed up. But that was Europe. We got too much freedom, and we got too many people that is not gonna bow down. We got too many people, as Mama should said, is working and doing their part. But make sure you don't. You know, there's a spiritual song that says, Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, don't do it without me. So, so, so make sure that we don't leave it to everybody else to go and pick it, everybody else to march. Just to make sure we don't just have the stories to tell, because God is, they say history repeats itself. God is allowing stuff to repeat itself for us, as we said earlier, don't get complacent and don't get lazy and not know your history. And they trying to keep you from learning your history. But what they don't realize that they putting some more history out there, and they taking you back to your history, acting a fool up in that White House. Cause they making sure you don't forget your history. They making sure that your history repeats itself because we ain't going back. And so
How many times you have thought about what did that happen in history? Let me go find out where Google. Because we didn't know. And they just making you go and find out what your history truly is. They ain't stop nothing. You just flip it around and do it the other
well,
way.
watch it, be sure. Not only are they making you go back and find out, but they trying to make you relive it. They try.
I already told you, I ain't thinking no more. They better go get that our fellow Latinos that want to do their work. I'm not doing that.
And not only that, like we were talking about Selma and we were talking about the Jubilee. Okay, right now, what better time in the month of March to celebrate the 60th year and see what it was like and to know that it's more than ever. And then they keep suppressing the vote. They claim it is alleged stealing voting machines, burning up voting machines, doing all kind of things to voting machines. Every time you turn around, one of them get in office, they sneak in a law because nobody wants to vote. So they sneak in something on the ballot to vote against your voting rights. And then we started trying to get the John Lewis voting act passed. But now they don't want to pass that because they started trying to suppress. They started trying to figure out a way where they could stop voting. They
Every 25 years, they have to pass a law. Is that crazy? That's because we haven't did the work. We didn't take listen, I'm 71. My fight is almost over. And baby, I'm fighting every day with everybody. It's time for y'all young folks to pick up the mantle and run. We're running a relay race. I'm passing the baton. I have the history. Ask this question. I know where to go. ask me. If you don't know, if I don't know, I bet you I got somebody in my network that knows. What you bet?
That's right. That's right. That's right. And rise up. And rise up. And like Miss K said, and like we're saying, and don't be so religious that you know earthly good. You know, we don't need that. You could keep that religion. We don't need people that's so religious that they know earthly good and they don't know how to stand up and they don't know how to fight and they don't know how to use the weapon of faith in the right way, as Miss Kate said, by standing up, standing for something. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So, and that's what's going on. That's what happened with this election. That was the one of the things that happened with this election. That's what's happening in this society. People don't know who you are. And like people said, if you don't know your past, you can't go forward. If you don't know your past, you will repeat the same things over and over and over and over again. You know.
Teach your kids. We have to teach our kids where we came from. And that's why we got all these little youngsters talking about they want something different and back marching don't matter and all. Boy, y'all teach our kids. Y'all kids saying some crazy little stuff. Teach our kids about the history of what they should get lost. You talk to the kids, ask the questions, and it's like, oh my God, they don't even know their history. Oh my God, they don't even know that they can do that thing because they've been so brainwashed and we allow the other people to teach our kids and not give them some self-esteem. And we do, no, we not. Your legs work, your feet move, your mouth move, let's go.
Nah.
We're not doomed.
Right. Right.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop preaching. I gotta run, my sister, my warrior queen. Thank you so much for hosting this morning. It's every morning, making sure we get down for it. I appreciate you. I love you. And we gotta get back to the table. You, myself, Mr. Charles, and your family.
Yeah. Look, Miss Shoes, they did me a violation talk about your life is flagged for silver and election integrity. Uh, Repeated violations could result in your life being discontinued. Lord have mercy. And what have we seen?
We ain't listening.
What have we seen?
Nothing. Ain't nobody told us. We're just talking about history. Yeah.
And we talking about the real deal of what's going on. Uh, right. All right. Well, Miss K, your last and final words, and then Miss Sugar gonna give her last and final words, and I'm gonna play some music and get out of here.
Yeah.
Miss K, go ahead.
My final words is that, keep living, keep trusting, and just keep doing what you do and live life on purpose. Live life without when God bless you.
Oh, thank you so much. You too. Go ahead, Miss Sugar.
I said all I have to change. Don't sit around looking for somebody to fix it for you. We all got legs, mouths, and arms. Be a part of the change. Be a part of the system. Make it happen. Don't sit here and let it happen at you.
All right. Miss Lady K, say a prayer, excellent prayer, even though I'm going to play some music, but excellent from the conversation.
Father God, we thank you. We honor you for what you have done. Father God, we thank you. We honor you for what you're going to do. Now, Father, as we depart from this life, Father God, we depart one from another. I thank you, Spirit, your presence is not depart from us. Keep us. Go into our respective destinations as we Father God, we thank you for the whole that you continue to bless her hands, bless her household, bless our finances some more. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
You guys have a peaceful and a powerful day.
You too. All right. Talk to y'all later.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of PGGM Internet Radio and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests are the views of the individuals expressing them and may not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, or the station.
All right, I played y'all that because in this talking point talk show, what we talked about, we wanted to just put the disclaimer out there because this was the second section that we had to start over. But now we're gonna play y'all some gospel music. So also that goes for the playing of the gospel music that we're about to play for you to finish out this broadcast for Aaron at a later time. Listen up.
Sometimes knock you down. Confusion. Confusion and frustration override. Trying hard, yet I keep my head above water. Hey, it's hard it's hard to try to make some dollar. Oh, you know I need me in your full love. Oh, till the storm, till the storm of life is over. The Lord right now thank you. Another day. Lord, you carry me. You carry the day you see and unseen. Sometimes I wonder, Lord, what you tell me. You tell me. You tell me. Sometimes sickly at night, God. I was gonna see another day. I was gonna see another day. You got me, you got me, you got me, you got me, Lord, you got me.
One day, and I'm still alive. I just want to tell you, Lord, I thank you for all the things you helped me to survive. I want to tell you, Lord, I thank you. Sleeping in my grave. Jesus, you gave me one when you're falling down. Oh, yeah. Good God Almighty. Now I wish I had one soul to confidence in you that don't mind. Somebody, God has been good to me. Tell somebody right now. Look at him and say, so good to me. Been so good. You ain't too good for praise. You know you got a reason. Go home and lift him up in here. This song is dedicated to Miss Taylor Renee. She's the sponsor of this new song today, and I think you're gonna like it. Hold to it. Here's another new day. Oh, I love. Here's another new day. Oh, all is another new day. Lord, yeah. Thank God, Lord. Well, here's another new day, Lord. Here's another new day, Lord. Here's another new day, Lord. Yeah, thank God. Here's another new year. New year. Well, here's another new year, Lord. It's another new year. Thank God, Lord. Another new day. Here's another new day, Lord. I'm telling you, another new day, Lord. Lord, thank God. I ain't gone. Yes, sir. I ain't gone. Y'all excuse me. I ain't gone. I got to tell somebody. Yes, sir, baby. I don't mind. I got a testimony. I got a great grandma. She goes. I got an old granddad. I got a cousin named Lord have mercy. But I got you for y'all. I got you for y'all. I'm still here, I'm one thing I'm gonna tell you before I let y'all go. If you don't do that but praise God, my way to go. You ought to wait. You ought to wait. You ought to wait. You ought to wait. Be a living testimony. God is good. Be a living testimony. Let it count you holding on. Anybody know he's a king? Anybody know he's a king? Oh, when he holds you, oh, in the heart of the pain. When the doctors give up on me, oh God, no, 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 no. I ain't gone. I said I ain't gone. And I don't mind telling the world that I've been through. I want to give you the good to me. I've cried many tears, but God still got me here. Y'all don't help me. Y'all don't help me. Y'all don't help me. Lord, I ain't gone. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Still here. Come on. We leaving tonight. I feel good in this place. Let's go on and check out and listen. If it was a Lord, tell me. You've been a while. Can I get free? You've been a while. all day long. Keep moving, all what you all day long. Keep moving, all day long. While they stay, when night comes, no matter what, you know why. Look to the hill, it's coming out here. All out here, come find the love. Okay. Jesus, as I was, ready. You know what? I did sweet rest and relief. Oh, well, that God made me again. All day long. What a little game. You see me singing. Keep on working. You know you're working. Let me see your hand. When you see me singing, just holding on. We're gonna have a good time. Ain't God good? My God's good. Right on top of me, y'all.
Well, we got a race on while we have time. Ooh, we done nothing around to our round. Jesus said, I need us on the other shore. We work and we show the way to go. Where we got a race on, we don't have time. Our gospel spreading all around. Now if you want to join this Christian race, just say step back and behave. Well, this Christian race sometimes seems hard. Keep pressing on to reach your mark. See, faith is the key and prayer the door. Everything I say, we surely come home. Well, come on and join this Christian race. Let the world know that you're not ashamed. If you've been born again and you know it in your heart, what the Lord has done. Well, put on the suit on while I'm in the race. There's all kind of wickedness trying to stop you in place. It is Lord and told us what we need to do. Prayer and faith we should see you through. Well, come on and talk with me and race. Let the world know that you're not ashamed. Now if and born again and you know it in your heart, stand up to what the Lord has done. Well, come on and testify. Oh, come on and testify. John is great, this heavenly race. John is great, this heavenly race. Well, come on and John is great. Oh, come on and John is great. Children, come on and John is great. Oh, this is good already. Well, put on the suit on. Children, you put on the suit on. You need to put on the suit on. Oh, are you running? Oh, we got a race one while we are time. No need of messing around. Ooh, our we Jesus said, meet us on the other shore. Step out on his word and he'll show us the way to go. Well, come on. We started on this journey a long time ago. So many pains and heartaches, so we go along the road. We're through road now. We can't turn around. We got singing all night round. Children, come on and run away. Children, come on the way. Well, come on and run away. This Christmas, Christmas right. You have
You know, just the other day I had a talk with the Lord, and I was thanking Him for all the things that He had done for me and how He had kept me. But even through all of that, I had to confess to Him that I was still having problems. I went prayer, and I was just, Lord, I need to tell you something. These are the words that I said to you. Lord, down here in the simple word, trying to do best I can. Lord, you get up sometimes. Sometimes I need help and hand. So I go down on my knees and pray. I know the Lord, He'll make a way. Lord, I just can't, I can't give up now. Thank you, William. When your family have all turned away from you, and God, all of your loved ones are dead, and God, just go down. So down on your knees. No, if you pray, He'll make a way for you. Lord, I can't, just can't give up now. Bells of joy, if y'all don't mind, help me say, you can't give up now. You've been too good, Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. Can't give up now. Maybe somebody here been through something and God delivered you. Jesus. Too many to battle. So I can't turn. Sure can't do it. Can't turn. See, as I go through all the things I have to go through in my life, I'm realizing I'm not the only one who has to go through a valley in order to get to the mountaintop. And you know, I thank God for allowing me to have good friends in my life. Mr. Harrison, you've been singing a long time. I want you to tell these folks why you can't give up now. Sometimes I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. Tell it. Everything I do, oh Lord, it seems like it's in vain. If you don't know the time I go down, you go down, say a word of prayer, say a word of moving on. He will meet me there. Yeah. Lord, I just can't give up now. I want y'all to help me stay tonight. Lord, I can't. Lord, I can't. Oh, I can't give up now. Lord, Lord, I can't. I can't give up now, Lord. Oh, Lord, I come. Lord, I come too far, Lord. Lord, I can never turn around. Oh, no, 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 no. Just can't turn around. I come too far, Lord. I just can't turn around, Lord. Can't do it, Lord. No, no, I can't give up. No, 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 no. Sickness, Lord. Lord, Lord, too hard. Too hard. I know my way will not be easy. You can say it would be love. I just can't give up right now, Lord. With your will, Jesus. You fall on. If you're riding in your car, you might need to pull over for this one. Come on. This is the day you made. I will rejoice and be glad. I will lift my voice and sing to you, oh Lord. When I think about all the things you've done, all the ways you made, I want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Let me say thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, Lord. Lord, you brought me from a mighty long way, and I can stand today. You heal my body and my soul. You baby, you never left my side. With all those nights I cried, thank you for your love, thank you for your peace. Thank you, thank you, Lord, yeah. Thank you, Lord. 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 I just want to say, love the world. Give it always. It doesn't matter. He's faithful. That's why I say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. It's so good. Thank you, Lord. It's you, only you. Thank you, Lord. It don't cost more. I just want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Jay, wait a minute. I'm not finished with this thing. I'm going to let my band play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus met the woman of Samaria, the woman at the well, asked her for a drink of water. That's the way the story is. She said, why do you ask of me? How are you drawing the well so deep? Jesus said, if you knew the gift of God and to whom you now speak, you know the one I hear. Jesus said, whosoever drink of this water shall never thirst again. Bringing a wells of water to free you from your sin. You need to be just like this woman who said, give me a drink. Then run tell somebody, come see him, who give you everlasting life, which is what I need. This what I need. With this what I need. You will never with this water, with this water, with this water, you will. With this water, with this water, with this water, you will. You find healing in the water, deliverance in the water, salvation in the water. You find joy in the water, peace in the water, you will. Got something to tell you. Got something to tell you. Get happy when I think about what I'm getting ready to tell you. Jesus is the one. Jesus is the one. Jesus will give you everlasting life. Jesus, do you want to drink? Do you want to drink? Do you want to drink of this everlasting life? Forgive you. It's good and water. It's refreshing water. You need to take a drink of this everlasting water. I'm glad, so glad that I smile. Oh, yes, I said I'm glad, so glad that I made you smile. Let me tell you this, word of God told me to come unto me, all of you that labor and are heavy laden, and that's what he told me. Help me, he said, take my yoke and learn of me, for my yoke is easy and my burdens are light. Oh, Lord, I want to thank you for changing my life. That's the reason why I can say I'm glad. Oh, so glad that I make you smile. You want to be witness out there to feel the same way. I'm glad, so glad that I made it. Stay right there, my joy. Stay right there. I made it in my lifetime. Made a lot of choices. Some were good, some were bad. Some made me happy, some made me sad. In the book of Samuel, the 16th chapter, and around the 11th verse, I read it from Samuel asked Jesse, all these your children that you saw with me. He said, I got one more, and he's out there in the field, tending to the sheep. His name is David. He said, sin for David. When he saw David, the Lord said, that is the one that I made my choice. It's a good thing when you choose Jesus. But it's even better when God chooses you. I wonder today, will you get it right? Decided, let Jesus, let Jesus show you. What about you? What about you? You choose the Lord. He'll pick your way for tomorrow. Gonna get you. Yeah, come on, everybody. Listen, sitting here thinking about your goodness to me. One day was bound, yeah, but now I'm free. You know I didn't deserve it, but you gave it to me. One morning, Jesus set my soul free. Think about it sometimes. You didn't have to say it, but you did. You didn't have to raise me, but you did. You didn't have to bless me, but you did. I did leave me alone. I want to say it one more time. See you think about your goodness to me. One day I want to die, but now I'm free. And you know, I think about that. No, I didn't deserve it. Didn't do nothing to earn it, but you gave it to me. One morning, yeah, you set my soul free. You didn't have to say, but you did. You didn't have to raise, but you did. Thank you, Jesus. You didn't have to bless, but you did. All of these you never left me. Let's go. Yeah. You did, you did. Oh, you did, you did. You did, you did. But you did, you did. It won't be up this morning, you did. Started me on my way, you did. He let me live your heart. Let me live to see one more day, you did. But sometimes when I think about all the things you did, nothing but amazing grace, suddenly you did. Did anybody listen to me? No, he did, you did. No, he did, you did. Why don't you tell me tonight? He did it right. Yeah, he did, you did. You did.
Thank you for tuning in to the Talking Points Talk Show with your host, Princess of Radio, Evangelist DJ Renee, every Monday through Friday.